I'm Jason Link,
Got my style, my swagger, my strut like an age.
and I'm back, Jack. Uh, it's a wonderful day of the week. I'm chilling right now on my first day off in roughly 21 days, which is crazy when you think about it. So I wanted to play a little Q&A, right? And I wanted to imagine you guys that are watching me out there in YouTube land probably have some questions, probably have some thoughts. Maybe you're already following me on other platforms, and maybe you already know the answer to the question. But the question is, how did I get into music, right? That's my vlog thought for the day. So I'm gonna have some wonderful Dollar General juice and answer it in the best way that I know how. So I'm from the farms and fields of Virginia. My grandfather owned a AM radio station and a dance hall. If you don't know what a dance hall is, it's an old, school honky-tonk sawdust floor. It was ginormous. It's not like a bar. My grandma took tickets up at the door. We served Coca-Cola, Mountain Dews, Dr. Pepper's, Pepsis, and packs of Nabs and chips, right? Nabs, that's old school. That's old school country. You gotta look it up, right? So I believe, that would be the reason why do I play music is my whole family played music. My grandfather, when he was my age, when he was even younger than I am now, started playing. And what's so cool is that the instruments I use today are his instruments, which is like, to me, it's kind of like my Excalibur, my guitar of his. I call it Slingshot because it is my slingshot, right? I'm named after David in the Bible, King David is not only the man that slayed Goliath, not only is from a farm, not only is the one in the family that they didn't even think he was like the last son that they thought could defeat Goliath, but he was the king of music in the Bible, which I think is so crazy when I think about my journey. So I know that's kind of circling around and kind of getting crazy. I've had a lot of peach nectar today, so forgive me. But I think it's very spiritual. I think my journey in music is extremely spiritual. And so my grandpa played music, and he's the biggest influence in my life in music. And along with that biggest influence, my other biggest influence is my Uncle Marty and my mom, right? Because my uncle is an absolute, the biggest influence when it comes to musicianship, when it comes to, virtuoso in playing and teaching me, how to play guitar and coaching me. So I had these influences because on Saturday nights it would be my grandfather and it would be my mom on piano. It would be my Uncle Wayne on drums. And actually, that was the first one I wanted to be like. I love the drums, so I started playing drums when I was 5 years old. And it would be my Uncle Tommy on steel guitar. And then we had some other pieces of the puzzle that would come along. We had Ben Baker on bass. We had Gene Scott, fantastic guitar player. Tommy Knight, fantastic guitar player. Calvin that would sing. We had all these, Jasper Edwards. And I'm shouting people out that maybe my YouTube family won't know, but my people from where I'm from will know. And this upbringing had such an impact on me and really shaped and defined what I want to conquer and what I want to do in music. Because I saw how music brought my family always together. Despite any differences, it brought my family together on Saturday nights, right? At the radio station, which I would be with my papa. I called him my papa, right? I call him my grandpa papa. I hope you guys can understand what I'm saying. But I would always be with him, and it was so cool because we'd ride in his spray-painted Cadillac. I can't make that up. My papa had just a craziness for spray paint. I think I inherited it, as I recently had my drums redone and my uncle's drums redone after my papa and I spray painted the entire vintage classic sets that we had, which is just incredible. And my drum restorer, who's brilliant, Brownie Drums, look him up. That's a shout out. Gave me so much hell for doing this, but what a time it was. But we rode. Every night we would ride in his spray painted Cadillac to his radio station, and I would get to see my papa, on air in his element. And there were turntables on both sides of him. And he would, say the call letters of the radio station. He would entertain. He would talk to the people calling in. I would see him spin the records, and I got this experience. And so that shaped me so much, just being with him day in, day out, and just learning how he, entertained and how his personality was and the way he went about things. And I think that today is what I carry with me so strongly. And I almost feel like, my family and my grandpa are all like this huge, big, majestic piece. And it's been bestowed upon me. And I know this sounds insane. Forgive me, there's no moonshine in this today. I know, hold on. But I feel like I'm the one to carry their music on to the legacy that my family has in my mind, in my area. I'm the one to carry it on. Now, with that, I also, even bigger, spiritually, I feel like it's what God blessed me to do. And I've always seen the impact that music has on people. So, of course, I left Virginia to go to Nashville to, conquer Nashville and do all these things. And then my journey led me from Nashville to Florida. But throughout all that, I've always admired the artists that were for the people. Johnny Cash. I've always admired wrestlers that seem to work their hardest in their craft to be the best, like Nature Boy Ric Flair, or basketball players that were absolutely the most competitive and wanted to be the best, Michael Jordan, right? So there's always been this trend in this thing of genuinity and wanting to be the best. And I think maybe I get that because in my family, my Uncle Marty is absolutely the best guitar player I ever heard in my life, in my opinion, in many's opinion, an amazing fiddle player. My grandpa was an ultimate entertainer and performer. My Uncle Wayne is literally the best pure country drummer I've heard. My mom rivals Sister Bobby from Willie Nelson. Her piano playing, she's the only one in my family that can read music and hear it. All the rest of us hear music. So if you don't know what that means, it basically means you hear it, you're able to play it. But my mom reads music and can hear the music and play. My Uncle Tommy on steel, absolutely, magnificent. And it's my family's band kind of had the thing that Willie Nelson has. I kind of related to that, where some of it's so amazing at playing, but it's the spirit, and when they combined together, it was such a spirit. And when I with them, it was incredible. So I think about that now when I'm on my own journey, when I just have my papa's guitar and I take it with me and I play. I always look at the guitar, always think about where I'm from, always think about my journey, always think about my family, always think about what I'm trying to do. And when I'm in that spectrum, when I'm on stage, the stage is my home. I've been playing since I was 5 years old. There's no place on earth that I feel better than on stage. And what I'm trying to do when I'm on stage is I'm trying to touch everyone. And I know that sounds so cliche, but I try to do it in a different way. And I look at it. I look at music and playing music almost like a wrestling match or a fight. I'm going in there to really... I give it, whether it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 100, 1,000, 1 million, I do not care. I'm there to touch the people. I'm there to make people smile. I'm there to send the message, and the message is joy and love and spirit, right? So we all go through the struggle, and I believe the music brings people together. That's what I've seen. And so these days, my goal in music is to touch people, is to help people. And I'm some kind of strange mix, I feel like, between Muhammad Ali meets Hank Williams meets, Ric Flair meets Johnny Cash meets all these things thrown together, meets guitar picking, banjo playing, freestyling. And it's all this thing. And I don't know really what this thing is, but it is the thing that is Jason Link, right? Scoot Scoot. Scoot Scoot is my nickname that I got from my papa on the radio. He had always a knack for nicknaming folks, and I inherited that. I nicknamed the people I love, right, all the time. And we're at the radio station, and he just calls me Scoot Scoot. And it just stuck. And everybody that called in, everyone that knew me on the radio knew me as Scoot Scoot, right? So Scoot Scoot, it's like Bocephus, Hank Jr., Scoot Scoot, Jason. So I play music. I don't know if I've answered the question, but I play it because literally my life, my upbringing was on a farm in Virginia with my family, my small family. It's not a lot of us, but all together, growing up working in tobacco, working in beans and wheat, going to the radio station with my papa and playing at his dance hall. That was my upbringing. And that's why I do it. And now I keep pushing because I want to show, my daughter, I want to show people that no matter the no's in life, no matter how many people tell you, nope, it's not going to work, you can't do it, you can. You can, because I've always believed I can.